Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima and it's time to do my top 10 best fall fragrances of 2019. It's been a year since I released my very first top 10 seasonal list and I was wearing this shirt, man. It's been a journey and it's all thanks to you guys, all thanks to your incredible ongoing support. And comparing this list with last year's, yes, there's been some changes, but I still maintain 3 or 4 fragrances, so not that bad actually, not a drastic change. So as you all know, my top 10 lists usually and always include top 5 designers and top 5 niche fragrances. So starting in the designer side of things, I will mention in the number 5 spot from the house of Gucci, it is Gucci pour Homme 2 or Gucci pour Homme 2. You can see clearly that I've been wearing this one a lot. Well, actually, this one was one of my most worn fragrances of last year. I love this fragrance. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. This is the fragrance that turned me into this tea note or black tea note that this has, and it's so unique. So relaxing, so smooth, so zen. And I think fall, it's the perfect season to wear tea-based fragrances. And this is the best tea-based fragrance in the designer realm, at least in my opinion. Number 5 spot, just because it's not that versatile in a way that I think, at least for me, this suits better in casual scenarios or in those lazy Sundays type of occasions. Not much more than that. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic fragrance. I don't have much problems with longevity or performance in general. It lasts quite well on my skin, fortunately, I think. And the projection, yes, it's low, it's quite poor, but nonetheless, the longevity is quite good. Very appealing. This has black tea accord, it has cinnamon, so it's very spicy. Love Gucci pour Homme 2. It's a lovely, wonderful fragrance starting this fall list. Now next I will mention a fragrance from the house of Tom Ford, and it is Tom Ford for Men Extreme. This one was featured on my list of last year. I absolutely love this fragrance. So complex, so mature, gentleman, classy, and you will see that this list has a predominant gentleman type of sense. So this one is one of them. This was higher, I think. This was my number 2 on my previous list. Fell down a bit because it's hard to get. It's getting harder to get this fragrance, but nonetheless, this is a wonderful scent. I already did a review of this one, so I will leave the link here over here so you can check that review out. This is so complex. You have fig, you have plum, you have rum, you have caramel, patchouli, you have truffles, I mean, you name it. You have incense, you have a lot of things going on in here. The performance, it's amazing. This is a Eau de Toilette concentration, but nonetheless the performance is really good. Has almost all Tom Ford fragrances, and this is fantastic. You can wear this during the office, during formal events. It's wonderful, and you will get some compliments if you care about them. This was one of my most complimented fragrances actually last year, and I put a huge dent in this one last year, but I tend to wear this during this fall season. Wonderful scent. Tom Ford for Men Extreme, perfect for fall time. Next I will mention a fragrance from the house of Cartier, and it is Cartier Déclaration Parfum. This was the best release of last year in the designer side, at least in my opinion. I already did a review of this one also, which I will leave the link here. This is very mature, again, very gentleman. It's very spicy. It has a very prominent cumin note in here, but doesn't smell like BO. It's not very challenging in that matter, but nonetheless it's very spicy. It has suede in here also. The only issue that I have with this fragrance, and that's the reason why it's just number 3, it's the performance. It doesn't last that long. I get between 5 to 6 hours, and the projection it's quite low, so this is perfect for formal or even during the office. I mean, you will not offend anyone with this fragrance. At least on my skin, this doesn't project all that much. So, but the scent, it's so good, so good. I love the suede in here. You have the DNA of the Déclaration, the original Déclaration. It's wonderful. The Déclaration Parfum version, it's so good. But you need to love spicy fragrances, especially cumin, to enjoy this one. So number 3 spot, Cartier Déclaration Parfum. Number 2, it's from the house of Thierry Mugler, and it is, of course, Pure Havane. Man, this is one of my favorite Mugler fragrances, and it's a staple in my fall rotation. Also featured of my fall list of last year, and I think this was number 5. So hey, it's number 2 this year. Love it, love this one. This is sweet cherry tobacco. It's wonderful, it's very playful. You can wear this in night out, date night situations, casual scenarios, you name it. Great performance, at least I get great performance. One of the best tobacco fragrances, especially in the designer realm. This is a must-have, in my opinion. If you love tobacco fragrances, this is a must-have from the house of Thierry Mugler, Pure Havane, perfect for fall time. Number 2. And number 1, from the house of Guerlain, it is Héritage Eau de Toilette. So you already know that I did a review of this fragrance. This is so good. This is perfect for fall. This screams fall time. This is gentlemanly, this is classy, this is mature, it's complex, it's unique. This is a patchouli based scent with sandalwood and lavender in the background. So good. This really smells like the bottle suggests. Wonderful scents from the house of Guerlain. Héritage, it's my number 1 designer fragrance for the fall time. Héritage Eau de Toilette, I prefer much more this version rather than the Eau de Parfum concentration, because the Eau de Parfum has less complexity and the performance it's worse actually. So that's why I prefer Eau de Toilette, Héritage by Guerlain, number 1 spot. So now let's start my top 5 niche fragrances for the fall time. And the number 5 spot, it's from the house of Nichanet, and it is Fan Your Flames. You already know how much I love Fan Your Flames. My girlfriend loves this one too. This has rum, has tobacco, has tonka bean, it has coconut. The best coconut note that I ever smelled, at least so far. It's so complex, so rich, dense, thick. The performance, it's fantastic. I love this one, but the only issue is the versatility. I just wear this one, or at least I just tend to wear this during night out situations, and that's just because I already have very good memories attached with this fragrance in night out occasions, so maybe that's why I just see myself pulling this one off during the fall, during night out situations. So, but nonetheless, try this one. My favorite from the house of Nichanet, but I have yet to try any the latest release from the brand of Nichanet. Fan Your Flames, starting this list in the niche side. Now, number 4 spot, it's from the house of Stefan Humbert Lucas, and it is Mortal Skin. Gorgeous looking bottle. I mean, seriously, let's just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful bottle, in my opinion at least. This one, it's hands down one of the sexiest fragrances that I have in my collection, hands down. This has a lot of things going on in here. Wow, this has blackberry, it has a cord of ink, it has frankincense. I mean, it's sweet, it's resinous, you have myrrh in here too, it's fruity, it's dark, it's so good. I mean, this is so alluring, doesn't project all that much. This stays close to the skin, although the longevity is quite good, but this doesn't project all that much. But I think this is not meant to project, because if so, I think you would choke people out, you would choke yourself. So I think this fragrance is perfect the way it is. Mortal skin, it has even this narcotic feel. Love this one, perfect for the upcoming fall. Mortal Skin by Stefan Berlucas, number 4 spot, and it's just number 4 because it's quite expensive. Mortal Skin, number 4 spot. Number 3 spot, it's from the house of Ramon Monegal, and it is Mon Patchouli. What a unique patchouli scent, guys. Wow. Ramon Monegal, again, gorgeous looking bottle. Love Ramon Monegal's house, high quality fragrances, their oud line, it's to die for. You have Flamenco, and I did a review already of Flamenco. Mon Patchouli, I will soon do a review of this one. This has patchouli, of course, has the prominent note, but it's followed by jasmine. It also has a very prominent jasmine note in here, but it's not a very challenging jasmine, but it's in that fecal jasmine. That jasmine can turn a bit dirty. It goes in that direction, but it's not entirely that challenging. So you have patchouli, you have jasmine, and the patchouli in here, it's not very damp or very earthy or chocolatey. It's more dry, and it's fantastic. You have also a touch of oak moss and frankincense, and for me, the most unique part of this fragrance is the saltiness in here. This has a marine accord that on my skin turns into this salty, dry patchouli with jasmine and a touch of woods. Wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Very classy, very mature, very gentleman scent, but it's very versatile. You can wear in the office or even casual scenarios. Works perfectly. Fall time, it's perfect. It's a perfect season to wear Mon Patchouli by Ramon Monegal. Fantastic performance too. Wonderful scent, number 3 spot. Number 2 spot, it's a hidden gem. It's from the house of Alain Parfum, and it is Ambre Muscadin. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it's Ambre Muscadin by Alain Parfum. It's a Eau de Parfum concentration, and although this has amber in the name, the amber here, it's not very prominent. The most prominent note here, it's vanilla, and I love my vanilla fragrances. This has a sweet vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, with musk. It's very musky, very powdery, creamy vanilla scent with a very mild touch of amber. What a wonderful scent. Perfect, I mean perfect for the upcoming fall season, and even perfect to wear during winter time as well. Wonderful vanilla fragrance, great performance. It's simply outstanding. It's very versatile. Alain Parfum, Ambre Muscadin. What a hidden gem of a fragrance. Number 2 spot, just because my number 1. It was my number 1 also last year, and it still is my number 1, from the house of Sergio, from the Casa Morati line. It is 1888. Gorgeous looking bottle, wonderful looking bottle, but man, this scent for me, it's the best fall fragrance in the niche realm. Wow. This is an amber scent actually. This has amber, it has carnation, a very prominent note of carnation, and pepper. It's very spicy, it's floral, ambery, masculine. This is very masculine fragrance. My favorite Casa Moratti, or my favorite Surge Off from the Casa Moratti line. It's wonderful. The performance, it's incredible. This lasts me over 12 hours. The projection, it's insane, but it's not cloying. This is not very sweet. It has some sweetness in here because of the amber, of course, but it's not overly sweet, so it's not overwhelming, because this is very unique. It's a very unique scent, at least in my opinion. 1888, it's perfect for the upcoming fall and also for the winter time. Especially for fall time, this is incredible. Sergio from the Casa Moratti line, 1888. It's still my #1 fall fragrance in the niche side of things. Wonderful scents. Guys, tell me in the comments down below if you enjoy this list. What fragrances will you wear during this fall time? And see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Ciao.